Hey everyone, Morgan here. So we're going to talk about the answer key for names number 3. This is just a practice assignment to help you gear up for the test. We're looking at part 1, the simple binary compounds. No transition metals involved here. Okay, these are just main group elements. NaBr, sodium bromide. KCl, potassium chloride. Rb2O, rubidium oxide, CaF2, calcium fluoride, MgI2 is magnesium iodide, AlBr3 is aluminum bromide, MgBr2 is magnesium bromide, BaF2 is barium fluoride, Rb2S is rubidium sulfide, Li2O is lithium oxide. All right, so that's part 1. Pause if necessary to go back and check things out. All right, now moving on to part number 2. Compounds with polyatomic ions, sodium thiocyanate, and just one here to remind you that I think it's a really good idea for you to think it through by saying thiocyanate is SCN minus, sodium is Na plus. Have your periodic table handy so you can check on charges. That's a -1, that's a +1, so that gives you NaSCN. And I would literally do that for every single compound here. Okay. Magnesium sulfite is MgSO3. Ammonium hydroxide is NH4OH. Calcium nitrate is Ca parentheses NO3 parentheses 2. Rubidium chlorite is RbClO2. Magnesium oxalate is MgC2O4. Lithium nitrite is LiNO2. Strontium permanganate is SrMnO4 sub 2. Rubidium phosphate is Rb3PO3. And ammonium sulfate is NH4 sub 2 SO4. Okay? Again, you can pause the video as necessary to check what's going on. All right. Now, for going from formula to name, which some people would say is a little bit easier, we have magnesium phosphate, aluminum thiocyanate, potassium acetate, beryllium dichromate, sodium carbonate, sodium hydrogen sulfate. Sorry, you had to go for a smaller font, or I couldn't actually fit it all on the page. Aluminum phosphate, hydrogen chloride, barium permanganate, and strontium cyanide. I apologize for that slight jingling sound that you're hearing. It's just my cat's wandering around beneath the table I'm working at, and that's the tags on his collar. And I've got a bell on his collar, and they're just kind of clanging around, so to speak. Mostly he's just scratching, and it's as he's moving around the bell rings. I put the bell off so I can hear where he's walking around in the middle of the night. Okay, so that's page 1 of names number 3. We'll go to page number 2 now. Okay, now I'm guaranteeing you here in part 3 that every one of these is a transition metal. Again, that means you're going to have to include Roman numerals. So when I say it's zinc 2, that's telling you the charge on the zinc is a 2+. I actually think those are a little bit easier to deal with myself, just because you're being told the charge. You don't have to go looking for it. So zinc 2 chloride is ZnCl2. Vanadium 2 phosphate is V3PO3 sub 2. That's because the 3 minus charge came over here from the phosphate, and the 2 charge came over there from the vanadium. Vanadium 3 phosphate, VPO3. Okay. That's a nice pair to put those together to see the difference between them. MnF2, tin 4 acetate is SN, then the parentheses, acetate, C2H3O2, close parentheses 4, because acetate's a -1. For tin 2 hypochlorite, SN, ClO, close parentheses, hypochlorite's just a -1, so you get the 2 there. Copper 2 borohydride, Cu, open the parentheses, BH4, close the parentheses, borohydride is a -1, put a 2 there. Nickel 2 oxalate, Ni, then C2O4, because that's a 2-. Gold 3 sulfite, okay. Now Au, bring the 2 over from the sulfite. SO3 in parentheses, bring the 3 over from the gold. Lead 2 permanganate, Pb, parentheses, MnO4, parentheses, with a 2. Okay? Pause if necessary. Okay, next we're going to be naming the compounds. I didn't put any polyatomic ions here, just elements. So CdF2 is cadmium 2 fluoride. CdF3 is cadmium 3 fluoride. PTCl4 is platinum 4 chloride. PTCl2 is platinum 2 chloride. Remember, the fluorides and the chlorides are all -1s. Now the oxides are -2s. So Fe2O3 is an iron 3 oxide. FeO is an iron 2 oxide. VCl3, vanadium 3 chloride. VCl5, vanadium 5 chloride. V2O3, vanadium 3 oxide. And Vc is a vanadium 4 carbide. We don't often use carbide. It's a little rare. Thought I'd just throw it in there to be a little bit different. Again, pause if necessary to check. Okay. Now, on to the covalent compounds, much easier. We have to use our prefixes now to indicate the number of atoms present. OF2 is oxygen difluoride. N2S3 would be dinitrogen trisulfide. SF6 sulfur hexafluoride. Notice, like in 51 and in 53, for the first element, the oxygen and the sulfur, we would not put mono. Okay? We would put it for a second element, but not for a first. PCl3, phosphorus trichloride. P2O5, diphosphorus pentoxide. Sulfur dioxide is SO2. Diphosphorus pentoxide, P2O5. I thought I'd put it there twice, see how you did. Oxygen dichloride is OCl2. Dinitrogen hexabromide, N2Br6. Carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. Okay, you'll be doing a lot of that on the test for this chapter. Again, pause as necessary so that you know you've got the right answers for all of this. Okay, thanks for tuning in. This is Morgan, signing off.